Hey, don't click away. I promise you, this isn't just another piece of regurgitated AI slop. This is a genuinely informative, educational, and hopefully highly entertaining explainer. We actually put a massive amount of real human effort and research into this deep dive, mostly because we sank all our budget into buying games and literally can't afford a fancy video editing machine. But hey, today we are getting into something incredibly exciting. Welcome to our explainer on Moonlight Peaks. It's the newest cozy life simulator on the block, and it's taking traditional farming tropes and dragging them straight over to the dark side. We're going to show you exactly how this game is completely flipping the genre on its head.
So let's kick things off with the core premise, which is just brilliant. You gotta ask yourself, what happens when Dracula's kid runs away from home to become a farmer? Instead of inheriting the terrifying, blood-soaked legacy of your famous father, Count Dracula, you just run away. You have this heated argument with him because, well, you just don't want to go around biting people anymore. So you set out to prove that you can carve your own path and live totally peacefully in the supernatural world. And hey, if you appreciate a good, rebellious vampire story as much as we do us a huge favor and smash that like button right now.
You're thrown right into this hilarious conflict from day one. On one side, you've got Dracula's expectations for you, which is the classic, brooding, terrifying vampire lifestyle. And then, on the flip side, you have your reality as the player. Actually, it's more like a total lifestyle flip. You're trading in all that classic gothic terror for a super wholesome, cozy existence. You're growing cursed crops, tending to a magical homestead, and basically turning a dark, bloody legacy into a thriving, peaceful little farm.
Now, you might be wondering why the developers went this specific route. Janus Bollman, the game director over at Little Chicken Game Company, hits the nail on the head right here. Fun fact, the team actually experimented with surfing, hiking, and even animal photography themes before they landed on this. But they chose the vampire theme specifically because it lets them inject completely fresh, magical twists into what is, let's be honest, a very crowded life sim genre. It gave them the freedom to just go totally crazy with the lore.
Section 1. Creepy, cozy farming mechanics. So the whole rhythm of your farm is flipped upside down. Instead of a rooster waking you up at dawn, you wake up from your coffin at night, ready to start your day. Your nights are packed with clearing overgrown weeds, planting supernatural seeds, and growing bizarre things like blood grapes. You're using a mortar and pestle to grind up herbs and crafting wine in casks. But, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to keep a very close eye on your stamina meter. Every single swing of your axe or even just using your bug net drains your energy. Critics have definitely noted that it drains pretty fast, so resource management becomes a huge part of your nightly routine.
Section 2. Spells, magic, and shape-shifting.
Okay, this is where things get really fun. Instead of just upgrading metal tools at a blacksmith, the game uses a mana system. You actually use magical energy to power automated farming spells. You can stroll into Sabrina's magic shop and buy spells that summon this floating, ethereal watering can, or even conjure a pair of magical hands to literally harvest your crops for you. It's an amazing twist. Though, a quick heads up, that mana meter can feel pretty restrictive in the early game, so you kind of have to be strategic about when you use your magic. By the way, I'm curious, if you could automate just one of your real-life daily chores with a magic spell, what would it be? Drop a comment down below and let us know.
But wait, it gets better. Beyond just the farming spells, you eventually unlock shape-shifting abilities as you play through the story. And the best part? They don't cost any mana. This is a real game changer for getting around the map. You can transform into a bat to fly straight over hedges and obstacles, or use echolocation when you're exploring deep dark caves, or, my personal favorite, you can pop into Hellkitten form to just sprint across town at double speed. It makes exploring the map feel incredibly fast and dynamic.
Section 3. Meet the local monsters.
You definitely won't be living in isolation out in Moonlight Peaks. The town itself is populated by 7 founding families, and get this, their deep lore actually ties directly back to your dad, Dracula. It's a wildly diverse cast. You've got eco-conscious mermaids living in the local waters, mischievous werewolves like Ludo the Carpenter, and brooding vampires like Samael, who runs the local bar. The whole town is just teeming with supernatural drama, family feuds, and hidden secrets for you to uncover.
And the world building doesn't stop with the main NPCs. As you explore the different biomes, you'll spot these delightful, quirky little details that make the whole gothic atmosphere feel so charming and lived in. I'm talking about a literal snake merchant who hangs out and sells hats for your pets. And keep an eye out for vampsters, these tiny little vampire hamsters that just hop around and randomly nibble on the scenery. It's that kind of brilliant attention to detail that makes the game special. Also, hey, if you have a friend who absolutely lives for cozy games, hit that share button and send this explainer to them, because they definitely need to see the vampsters. Section 4. Dating the undead
and death.
Yep, you are reading that screen correctly. A lot of people have been asking, can you actually date the Grim Reaper in this game? The answer is a resounding 100% yes. He is fully romanceable. Apparently, he's currently taking a bit of a holiday break from collecting souls, so you'll just find him chilling out in Moonlight Peaks wearing a tropical vacation shirt. I mean, come on, that perfectly captures the game's sense of humor right there.
In total, you've got 15 different characters you can romance. And what's really great here is that there are absolutely no gender restrictions at all. You can build a relationship with whoever you connect with. Getting to know the townsfolk unlocks new dialogue, special blueprints for your farm, and some really deep narrative arcs. You can date multiple people, get married, and in what might be the coolest mechanical twist ever, you can actually choose to turn your mortal partners into vampires.
Section 5. The Critical Consensus. So let's look at how the reviewers are actually responding to all of this. Critics are heavily praising the game's refreshing gothic twist, the sheer amount of character customization, and that incredibly charming aesthetic that strikes the perfect balance between spooky and cute. On the flip side, the complaints are fairly minor but definitely worth bringing up. Some reviewers did find that early stamina system a bit tedious since it drains so quickly, and folks playing on the Switch too mentioned experiencing slightly long loading screens when moving between areas.
But overall, the reception has been overwhelmingly positive. Take a look at this quote from comicbook.com. They noted that it's a solid sim that adds just enough of a twist to make players genuinely excited about playing farming sims all over again. The general consensus across the board really validates that Moonlight Peaks is a massive success, blending cozy and spooky in a way that breathes some much-needed new life into the whole genre.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought.
Are you ready to embrace the dark side of cozy gaming? Are you going to be the one to turn Dracula's terrifying legacy into a thriving magical farm? Thank you so much for hanging out with us for this breakdown. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into fascinating worlds, and I will see you in the next explainer.